two defensive guys, dominant performance by the defense. Looks like, if anything, better than you were last year. Would you talk about the pride you have and how you guys played tonight, please?
I'll go first, but the goal is always to be better. And we trained ourselves this summer, this fall camp, to be better, strive to be better. And we knew their game plan inside and out from last year, and it was kind of the exact same matchup with it. So we were very confident out there. We were calling out some plays, and it just helps you play a little faster. And once you get a couple big plays, it starts to roll, and that's what happened tonight.
Off that, I thought we played very confidently on defense. You've seen a lot of young guys step up, a lot of guys getting pressure on the quarterback, a lot of guys creating turnovers, So those are two big areas that we emphasize in the offseason. You see a lot of guys improving that area. A lot of guys took it personally on defense to try and improve in those areas.
Brian, what changed after the first drive, and how disruptive was it to keep having the penalties every time you did a play?
I think that was just a big thing with penalties, and we were killing ourselves. But yeah, we just got to eliminate those. Probably a couple throws that I could have made that would have made a difference. So we just got to figure those out.
Kenny over here on the left. Obviously, the decision coming back after a broken leg. How much do you feel like tonight put any doubt there was about your leg and your health, and remove that, and what was described the first touchdown?
It was pretty cool to score a touchdown. Shout out my dog Raekwon. He punched it out for me right in my arms. So thank you, Raekwon, for my first touchdown. And it just speaks to how I think the chemistry in our defense. How much work we put in this offseason, and you see how dominant we are. And when we play together, we all do our job. We do our 111. You see how dominant when we play together. So it was good to see you. It felt good to be back out there.
Joe, Kenny, how much motivation did you guys have when Tulsa running back came and said that he would rush for 200 yards, him and the other back against you guys? You held them to -1 and 0.
That's just something you take personally. We pride ourselves on stopping the run. That's our #1 goal each and every week, is stopping the run, and that's something we pride ourselves on. So when someone says they're going to come into our house and rush for 200 yards, that's something we take very personally, and I think we showed today that.
Brian, you were able to find 8 different receivers, 7 of them you found multiple times. What were the keys for you finding so many different targets?
What was the first thing you said? 8 different receivers?
8 different receivers, 7 of them you found multiple times.
Sorry, what was the question again, too?
What was the key for you to finding different targets so many times?
I think with the tempo that we have, there's guys going in and out. Just guys get tired a little bit, so we got to switch receivers or tight ends, and so guys are just there making plays and trying to get open. So that just happens when you're rotating multiple guys.
How would you define a perfect defensive performance, and how close were you to that tonight?
I think you start with 0 mental mistakes. You'll take some pass interference and defensive holdings. That's just within the game. You're playing hard. That and our #1 goal is stopping the run. So if you put those two together, you limit explosive plays. Majority of the time you're going to win the game, and that's our goal every week. And if we continue to do that, we're going to give this team the best chance to win games.
Yeah, like Joe said, we met most of our goals, stopping the run, stopping sacks, but we got to eliminate the mental mistakes. Me personally, can't have a lay hit of the quarterback that ends up costing us a touchdown. So, that's something we got to eliminate. We can't have, and we're going to continue to work and keep getting better.
Etc. It's an all-time record. I think 6 sacks, fumble recovery for a touchdown, an interception, another fumble recovery, blocked punt. But how our offense went down the field the first series, and then stalled out after that. Too many missed opportunities, opportunities where we sort of beat ourselves with some penalties. Punt return game was very good, but again, we have 2 penalties, which sets it back, negates big plays. So things you got to clean up in the first game. Can't fair catch a ball on the 5-yard line or 4-yard line. Do a great job drive out of there all the way down, and then we bust one for a touchdown, and then we've got to call it back because of a holding call. So way too many penalties. We'll go to work trying to fix those, and that's our intentions. We'll get ready to play Western next week, but have to be more productive. But defensively, I thought we played outstanding.
Mark, with the emphasis of not hitting so much in camp now in all levels of football is growing there, does that maybe hurt performances earlier in the year? Or maybe
no, we've tackled a lot in camp. We've gone 140 play scrimmages and things of that nature. So we've got 2 of those. So I think we're ready to play. I was disappointed in execution, and I was disappointed in the unforced errors. You know, when you're jumping off sides and things of that nature, and too many penalties. And, penalties hurt you, put you behind things, and put you behind the sticks a little bit, and got to be able to overcome that.
Coach, you talked about mistakes on offense, but one of the things that stood out to me was tempo. It seemed to be faster on that first drive in particular. Is that an area of focus for you, and what do you want to focus on most between game 1 and 2 offensively?
Yeah, we're going to be an up-tempo offense. We're going to move it. And maybe that was the first time doing it in the game, you know, other than, you know, we did a little bit in the Oregon game. But so there's a lot of things. But, you know, I keep saying, you know, there's no magic play, guys. Everybody runs the outside zone. Everybody runs the inside zone. Everybody runs power. Everybody runs counters. Okay? It's execution. You have to get guys to the edge of the defense at times. You got to outnumber them at times. And sometimes they outnumber you. We knew Tulsa had a good defense coming into this, a little bit different type of defense. But you know, we had 8 starters back, and I think 7 or 8 other guys who started. So, you know, we knew we would have our work cut out for us a little bit. But what I was disappointed in is, hey, we got the opportunities on a short field. We got to make it. Got some drop balls. I thought the worky was sharp. So I threw the ball with velocity. He scrambled out of there well and made some plays. And when your quarterback's playing well, great things can happen. And so we'll stay the course in that regard. But you know, I thought the play calling was pretty good, but you got to execute. And again, you got, you know, when it goes from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 12, you know, it becomes a problem sometimes.
Mark, what's the learning curve, I guess, for a new system and new coordinator and everything that needs to kind of coalesce over the first 3-4 games? I mean, is there a timeline that you have to say, okay, we need to be improved by this point?
No, there's no timeline. We have 12 games guaranteed, so you know it's an ongoing process. What we do, we're just going to keep moving it and going to stay positive with our players, and also hold them accountable and push it. And we're going to hold our staff accountable and push it, and myself accountable and push it. And that's what we'll do. But you know, we're throwing the football. You know, we're down on the 4-yard line. You know, I mean, you got to try and run it out of there. Which, you know, we hit a big pass on, I think, on a 3rd down play to get it out of there. But so we had some good drives. Matt Coughlin kicking 4 field goals was huge. Defense playing like it did was huge. You know, and then we stall out, or we have a punt return, and then we have a penalty. So those things are going to happen, especially in the first game. But I guess when you look at it, the biggest disappointment was the unforced errors, the jumping off sides, and some of those types of things. They play a 3-man front, but it's a little bit different type of front because you know, they got their corners involved in run support. Their linebackers are bigger thumpers, and then they're blitzing on basically, you get a down block, they blitz. So they're filling gaps, so you got to dig them out of there, and you know, sometimes it's leverage issues, sometimes it's not getting the job done. But we'll look at the film and evaluate what went wrong. The one thing that you have to do up front with your offensive line is everybody's got to work together. You can't have one guy having a mistake and 4 other guys doing it right. Okay, or things break down. What if 2 does it wrong? Things break down. So it's a very cohesive unit. The tight ends are involved in that. The running backs are involved in that. There were a couple of times that I felt like they could have cut back. There was, you know, that they didn't run where they were supposed to run. So it's all a comprehensive type thing. But you know, again, inside zone, outside zone, counter, power, take your pick. It's all there, and all the formations are there. A lot of different formations, and again, the tempo I thought was good, and again, I thought the rookie played good and well, I should say, and we'll rise up again.
Mark, the last time you held a team to negative rushing was when Coach Montgomery was with Baylor. Normally that scheme gives people a lot of trouble. Can you talk about what it is about you and your staff's ability to do so well against that particular scheme?
Yeah, we're going to put more people at the point of attack, and they got it in a lot of ways. You know, our linebackers are going to fit properly, and you know, our defensive line is dominant. I mean, they're good, and you know, I think they handled the line of scrimmage, and we tackled well. Which again, it goes back to, I think we tackled well all camp, and I think it showed tonight. I thought we tackled very, very well.
Mark, how much with the offense being up-tempo now play into you being so aggressive on 4th down?
Well, you know, I've always said, you know, it's that far, man. It's that far. You gotta make it, you know, and you got the difference between 3 points and 7 points. You got to take the opportunity at times in a game to try and, you know, put it on your guys. And we did, worked one time, 2 other times it didn't. I felt like the one of the times, you know, it was there, and again, we didn't run it in the right place. And we didn't get the guy blocking in the right place from the back. The back didn't block correctly. So, you know, live and learn, but I guess we could have kicked the field goals there, but I felt like, you know, we want to be aggressive.